Good morning. We start with the prayers from the small booklet, Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, page 7. From the heart of the Savior of 100 deities of Tushita, on a peak of cloud resembling a clam of extremely white fresh curd, King of Dhamma, omniscient Losandrapa, please come here together with your sons. In the sky before me, on a lion throne, lotus and moon, my perfect pure Guru smiles with delight. Supreme field of merit for my mind of faith, please abide for 100 yons to spread the teachings. Your holy mind has the intelligence that understands the full extent of objects to be known. Your holy speech with its excellent explanations is an ear ornament for those of good fortune. Your holy body is radiantly beautiful with glory renowned. To you who are meaningful to see, hear, and remember, I prostrate. Pleasing drinking water, various flowers, fragrant incenses, lice, scented waters, and so forth. Oceans of cloud-like offerings, both actually arranged and mentally emanated. I offer to you the supreme field of merit. Whatever non-virtue of body, speech, and mind, especially those opposite to the three vows that I have collected from beginningless time, I confess each and every one with fervent regret from my heart. You strove for much learning and practice in this degenerate age, and made your freedoms and richnesses meaningful by abandoning the eight worldly concerns. Savior, we sincerely rejoice in your extensive deeds. Perfect, pure, holy gurus from the billowing clouds of wisdom and compassion in the sky of Dharmakaya, please let fall a rain of profound and extensive Dhamma upon the receptacle of those to be subdued, exactly as they need. May whatever virtue I have collected benefit the teachings and all transmigratory beings, and in particular may it cause the essence of perfect pure Losandrapa's teachings to shine forever. Sajibuki Chushik Metok Tramarirablingshi Nidegempadi Sangeshindu Migdeulwa Hidrokunamdak Shinlachubarshu. By the merits of having offered this mandala to Lama Tsongkhapa and his two sons, may I, my family members, and all sentient beings be able to meet, practice, and actualize the teachings of the victorious one, Losandrapa, who had a morality of eminently pure way of life, was courageous in the extensive conduct of the sons of victorious ones, and accomplished the yoga of two stages of supreme bliss and emptiness. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. By the force of having fervently requested in this way, hollow beams of white light are emitted from the hearts of the perfect pure Father and Sons, and combining into one enter my crown. White nectar, the color of milk, flows from the opening of tube of white light, cleansing all my sicknesses, spirit harms, negative karmas, obscurations, and their imprints without exception. My body becomes as pure and clear as crystal. Now we recite 5-line Miktsema on page 13, 3 times. Migme tsewe te chen chen re si dreame gimpe wampo jampe liang dupo malu jonze sawe dak kanchen gepe tsungen tsongkhapa losan drape shabla solwade. Migme tsewe te chen chen re si dreame gimpe wampo jampe liang Dupo malu jonze saweda ganchen gepe tsungen tsongkhapa losan drape shabla solwade. Migme tsewe te chen chen re zik drime gempe wampo jampe liang dupo malu jonze saweda ganchen gepe tsungen tsongkhapa losan drape shabla solwade. And now we're offering long mandala for the requesting the teaching. Short. I think longer, no? Om Vajra Bhume Ahum Vajese Saji Om Vajrake Ahum Chi Chari Goyugin Korwe Yusu Riga Porirab Shalupapo Lo Zambuli Nyu Balanchu Jandramenye Ludan Lupanayadανayabje Yode namla chodro dramenye da dramenye geda rimpoche rivo pas samgeshi dojo yoba mamopa yeloto kolo rimpoche nobu rimpoche tsumo rimpoche lompo rimpoche lampo rimpoche dacho rimpoche mapo rimpoche Techen voyen popa gema trewama luma garma metokma dupoma nakselma drichama nima dawa rimpoche du chole nampa gyawe gyatse usuladami panchom punsom sopa matsawa meva sajigindu owadida drinchen sawa dangyupa Jepe paden lama dampa namda kiepa duya yonki gewe shen gepo geshe punsok sutrimpa sampo jengane tempa chempo suncho zamo juwe yondu jinkam uwagiyo tuje drowe don duje suso jenye kya drowa makyu nam ketada nam pesem chetam chela Tutse wachempo goni jingilaptu so. Sajibuki Chushi medok Dramari rablinshi Nide Gempadi Sange Shindu Mikte Ulwa Hidrokunamdat Shila Jabasho Jetsun Lama Dampai Kienam Kichukukala Kien se chuzin tree Jita Tampe Dulce Zilmala Sabge Chuki Chapa Waptu So Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami.
Sangye Chodang Tsojun Chonum La Chanchu Bardu Dani Gyabsun Chi Dagi Chushi Yeban Dag Roland Penshi Sangye Drupara Sho Sangye Chodang Tsojun Chonum La Chanchu Bardu Dani Gyabsun Chi Dagi Chushi Yeban Dagi Roland Penshi Sangye Drupara Sho Sangye Chodang Tsojun Chonum La Chanchu Pardu Dani Kyabsun Dagi Chushi Yeban Dagi Roland Ben Sangye Drupara Sho Kangi Tukzi Nizoni Tawa Tamche Pambish Tambi Chun Denze Kodam Dela Chanze Lo Shishin Kyongkwan Javi Lo Kesan Navi Genju Lekshi Tabi Pechi Lamin Zevi Tongde Tembe Tunden La Chanze 나몰라 얘기하는 로드는 주변다다 미 얘기하는 로군지라는 지점 탐지께도 다 기초된 또 Good morning everyone. What? Okay. 1 minute. Thank you so much. You can say something. This room which is relax. Yeah. You can say something.
Good morning. So yes, the gift for Geshela here is actually for the center. So it's Lama Zopa Rinpoche's holy relics. So I'm just back from Nepal from the CPMT meeting, and one of these boxes was provided beautifully from Kopan Monastery for each of the centers, so that we have some of Lama Zopa's holy relics with us here at the center, in addition to a current collection of holy relics. And there are some very specific instructions as to what to do with the relics. Would you like me to read?
Yes, please.
Thank you. This was unexpected. Thank you. So here's a little bit of an explanation so that we all have a clear understanding of what has been gifted to us. So the following special blessed substances are contained in these relic pills made from Kajabi Lama Zopa Rinpoche's white and red bodhicitta. 1. Mani pills blessed by His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama at the Thekchen Cholin main temple in Dharmashala. 2. Very special Samaya pills for the great Kajabi Dzongtro Dorje Chang. 3. Exceptional sacred substances from Kajabi Yongjin Ling Rinpoche's estate. 4. nectar pills in the lineage of the fourth Panchen Lama, Lobsang Choki Galsen, from the Tantric College of Tashilungpo Monastery. 5. Very rare and special Samaya, very rare and special Samaya nectar pills of Dreptung Tashi Gomang Monastery. 6. Sacred nectar pills containing substances blessed by many holy beings of India and Tibet from Ganden Sache, Thosham Norling Monastery. 7. Spiritual water blessed by the late Kajabe Lama Zopa Rinpoche. 8. Water from sacred sites in Nepal, Bhutan, India, and Tibet. 9. Lama Zopa Rinpoche's secret substances, inner offering, medicinal substances, and water blessed with mantra. So the final little note on this, these holy relic pills of the Supreme Kajabi Lama Zopa Rinpoche were blessed on the 25th of February, 2024 at Rinpoche's private residence in Kopan, presided over by Ganden Tri Rinpoche, the Supreme Jesun Lobsang Tenzin, the esteemed Yongzin Ling Rinpoche, Kopan Monastery Abbot, Geshe Tubten Chongi, together with senior lamas, geshes, and tantric monks of Kopan Monastery. So yes, we're very lucky to have this with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You came back yesterday. Yeah. And MD Abu Chonsons Kazin Tiringan's Delia, Jangolama Tsongkhapa Chimbo the Lamin Angel Gomdangi Karsorta Tunji Tsoguyoras. The take the Jingan mixing to tell Soja Mine, but to the Tagarana and Garansu Jabjilama Sohorum Chigita Kanji Kosun took some gi, any chenlap she and Garanson Delia and then Jorabadi mixing ye Chikanzu Gelab Samalo, Pigilama Sohorum Chedalaya, and it's Tamsik Sama Yobachik. Chung your Samgudus.
So it is extremely auspicious moment for all of us to receive this sacred relic of Lama Zopa Rinpoche at this particular time, where it exactly coincided with the beginning of this retreat of Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga. I believe this represents our sincere reverence and devotion to Lama Zopa Rinpoche.
In the cousin Dundang Yamadilla and Anzutanda Shoki Chundun Jilangi Shugi Chons Kanzana Yawarumuchigi Lama Zopa Rinpoche Yansi Di and Payu Nangolaya Chong years things that Dindi Tachi and Trimegi Yansi Di and Chik Naransu and doing the Ya Mus Pebalaya and it's Gavan Parche Doya Shabdin Sodi and Jambit Senju Sayada and Jangolam Tsongkhapa Chimbi Lamin Nanger Mixima Sayadi Jawarum Kapeyoras.
So I've already told you in one of the previous sessions that His Holiness the Dalai Lama has confirmed that the reincarnation of Lama Zopa Rinpoche is already born somewhere in Nepal, and for the kind of successful for the success of success to be able to invite the new reincarnation, we must do prayers to remove all the obstacles, and His Holiness specifically advises followers and disciples to recite two texts. First one is chanting the names of Manjushri, and the second one is the short version of Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa.
Teni ta chidangi khazani shuyi di chidangi lami yansi nyushun sondevla ya ji donga kari shong tenpa yana digi yorwas. Yedam sandi jiksam kutsubi ji tsagyuri, shigyuri, tak sabchu shivu tsa chenpu dindi donya yorwas. Himba yana di nani pegi mix karchini jamgwa lama Tsongkhapa chenpu lami nenjo mixima saase ka pewe di mixage res. The mixage chagi res di.
And for the quick return of Lama Tsongkhapa Rinpoche's reincarnation, His Holiness could have asked his disciples to recite many different texts from the sutras and the tantras. There are many texts which we could possibly recite, but the reason why His Holiness choose the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa is very unique, and definitely there is a special connection between these for specifically recommending this particular text as a prayer for the quick return of his reincarnation.
Di kari res lawandi Rinpoche gi tukdam gi tsuo di jamgwa lama Tsongkhapa chenpe lami nenjo di chagi res. Di yin gore la di riya res. Di yin gi pena nganzu pangda da maso na nganzu Rinpoche gomba mazo kong nido nyushi tsasum chinda sumbe gi damju la ya dharamsa la ya she ngus jeba res. Soso dawa na ngus je sons. Ngus je ni nima tu ni kame mambu shuya ga kawa sangpo chong sons. Kab tudi nga la ya kalab neden shiu chik peya la ya injimi nga shangshu sungyo mar dine peya de la ya nganzu gandel la ya ma ga tanga chimpu chik shangi yins rumbu chik shangu gu dos tenya bigi gi chik yiga chunling gi nangba hachang gi gibu gu dos tanga mangja di gibu mundu os di gibu gu dos nga la pe karsa wada chik pe tulala chechina kame nambu shiu chik ka dindi chik pewa sons. Di je la ya Rinpoche pa payu la pen ta chenda shibi nanglo la dini ya Koran kun chongsa ki ne de la ya pewa ni tama de la ya pigi ri gang la ya kyaranzu nyen je yore Rinpoche ki miksi ma da di songshuk chenpo chini gyor nanga do as di kutsi ki zeba tama de res. Dindi tawni sanglo tangwa yana Rinpoche ki tukdam ki tsuwo di jamgwa lama Tsongkhapa chenpe lami nenjo yinpa de la ya toba kora yo ma res.
And moreover, the main practice of Lama Tsongkhapa Rinpoche is the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa, and there are many reasons which can kind of corroborate this word. For instance, in 2023 March, I had the fortune of personally meeting Rinpoche at Dharamshala. I spent many days with him, and in one occasion, Lama Tsongkhapa Rinpoche remarked that we must take the initiative of creating a new Thanga painting of the 100 deities of Tushita, and and particularly we must depict the Tushita heaven in such an elaborated version and a very detailed manner, because the Thanga paintings that we have right now, the Tushita heaven is not depicted in such an elaborated way. So we must write a new Thanga painting with the Tushita heaven, particularly in an elaborated manner. And that's one thing. And secondly, you all might have seen the last deeds of Lama Sabaramche, where he visited Nepal, and he also visited his birthplace. And then one occasion, he was reciting the Mixema, the short version, Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, very loudly on the top of a mountain. So that's probably the last deeds of Rinpoche. So this surely indicates that the main practice of Rinpoche is the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa.
Tenir ta Rinpoche pigi ta chatab nabi ta gomba tso di goben gomba deres. Goben gombi ki tengi tso la ya Lama Tsongkhapa ko kanda chik shantos. Tengi tso de la ya Lama Tsongkhapa ko kanda chik shantos. Dik kar tsengores. Ane Rinpoche pigi goben gombi ki toka la ya Rinpoche ki jundengi sumsha ta jundengi shusa sumsha yorwas. Sumshagi zimtrig kujab delaya gandan laja magi tanga chimbuchi doasra chi kasa chochu jawa seda chibi tanga yungurdi ya zo gandan laja magi tanga chi gyundengi tel doasra ani tanganzu chozo kare yongsu zobala penanganzu jeriz chozo ravna shogi tagba lama choban dengores jerumuchi lama nenjo lama choba jabji lama sobarumuchi lama choban den shosu songin bas gyundeng pigi ani nyamshi chiya tsolti ani lama choba jamga lama tsongkhapa chimbi lami nanju nani geshu di te nima takpan duya shosa ngansula kata pewi yos to samdanda Rinpoche gi tukdam gu tso di je Rinpoche gi lami nanju yimba di ta gyacha gyani gyatamba res ro
And one of the most important monastery Rinpoche founded by Rinpoche is Koban Monastery in Nepal. And if you enter the main temple, you would find that the main shrine of Koban Monastery is a very big, huge statue of Lama Tsongkhapa, and they've a very big shrine of Lama Tsongkhapa is the main shrine in the temple. And then there is in the residence of Lama Sabaramachi in the Koban Monastery. If you enter the room, he has also displayed a Thanga painting of the 100 deities of Tushita, and not only that, he has kind of advised all the respective Dharma centers across the globe to recite Guru Puja, the kind of longer version of Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa. He has advised all the respective Dharma centers to recite this on the daily basis.
Teza te tiring da ani ngansu dela ya Lama Tsongkhapa gita lami nanju ngotsu ondi ani pigita kusung tusum gita ani ngus chingi labsha bigi chinlab de ngansu zala yongya di karchengo resla de keransu gita jamga Lama Tsongkhapa chimbi lami nanju hota bada chini gomsho da nga ngoni tani nga ngus le yung segi datri estara sosu koshina ani chuwa meba Rinpoche ki yansi chuwa meba di ngansu zala pewyong shibi datri es ngedri ji kogdos ra.
So today, as we commence this retreat on Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, this time perfectly coincided with the receiving the sacred relic of Lama Zopa Rinpoche here at the center. And I think this is a message from Rinpoche which says that if you sincerely kind of recite and practice the Guru Yoga, my unmistaken kind of reincarnation will be with you soon. So that's kind of the message that we should understand.
간스나 rumbuchi tuk tesa yonamena tudam gutsu di lama tsongkhapa lami nanjo yinza di cheba na rumbuchi tuk ni gores di chedo rumbuchi pebi yung gores gyawa rumbuchi di sigi gores di sigi ba yinza ani je rumbuchi lami nanjo mingzima gelab tsama logo sak sho sonye diri wasaro rumbuchi tuk tel teni shu gores ta kanji tuk gomba di jamgo lama tsongkhapa chimbi temba jamgo lama tsongkhapa chimbi lami nanjo la ya tuk teni shu yoba yinza di chedo rumbuchi kaala pego chune pep tugo ores pep yungo ores tenza ngazu de horta bada cheda samba namdaki ro samba namdaki jangwa lama tsonga bachimbi lami nenjo chi gomda rumbuchi pep yungo ores gyacha gyatama pep yungo ores tenga thokpa chemes ro
So therefore, since the primary practice of Lama Zopa Rinpoche is the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa, so if we wholeheartedly, sincerely practice this, his reincarnation will definitely come. And His Holiness the Dalai Lama perfectly saw this and thereby kind of advised his disciples to recite the short version Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa. And since this is the main practice of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, if we also follow this practice, this will definitely please the Guru. And when we engage in virtuous activities that pleases the Guru, that pleases Rinpoche, then there is no doubt that his reincarnation will definitely be with us.
tati kariri slaundi ani nanzo namba sangi barwasro namba sangi bigi temba di tabkila tujimbo demi temba kadinchi di temba la ya ani longdog temba ni di ta yang do di ani tobi temba la ya donga ki ani temba ni yungores ta di donga ki temba yonsu zoba chan sama manorwa mantukba shinji maloba ji nyamsu lengo chona jamgolamo tsongkhapa chimbi lami nanjo la ya tengo ya chayores tabkila tuji chimbo demi temba kadin chen jigdeli ku nyangilin deni di temba yonsu zoba ani rangi nyamsu len jenla ya shinji maloba ten ya tenpe ani jik longda rigbe lamne ma tenla pavshaba jimado taga chi kome longme sheja mayimba tengi di jamgolamo tsongkhapa chimbo chagiyores 대단한 가서 잠불리는 체가 들어와이나 이 판다 니그레스 송보도 접게 비려야 아니 이게 가서 쇼가부 간에 낙자 나보 뒤진 세부 쇼지 민남주 영해지 리바 영해지 제바이나 야차 야다면 통투야지 잠고는 송가부 지면 서요 얼마도 전부 수간 줘요 말했어 디자 rumbuchi tukte goyak gyunsen dichago orasro rumbuchi chitang chö modo goyas kemewa 심진 그때 산기 템포 모두 고엠 디 님보 도도 디 송에 디 장고 너무 총가 보시 먼저 땡 고서들이 땡 신기 열었어 더 도도 시야는 디차고 그랬어
So we are all are follower of Buddha. We all are practicing Buddhist, and our teacher, Buddha, who is kind of skillful and compassionate, kind of his teaching is kind of twofold: the scriptural teaching and the teaching of realization. And the teaching of realization could also could be subsumed in the teachings of Sutra and Tantra. And in order to unmistakably, perfectly understand and practice this profound teaching, we must rely on the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa. And when Buddha passed away, of course, many teachers have appeared, but one of the most kind of important teachers that have ever kind of appeared on this world, who taught the Buddha Dharma based on his own experience and practice, and his explanations are also based on logical reasoning. So it's only Lama Tsongkhapa who did kind of this, and we can kind of understand this by looking at his 18 volumes of works that he has written. So no other teacher has kind of did so much for Buddha Dharma as Lama Tsongkhapa did. So therefore, Lama Tsopa also perfectly saw this, the profundity of his teaching of Lama Tsongkhapa, and therefore we could also understand why Rinpoche, felt so close to Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings.
Those Jevaina, any Hajang Yon Trabaji, Yorosra, Jangal Amazonga Chimbugi, Donga Chu Kanda, any Chebainaya, Chima Chijen Kongi Nyams Lenchin, Nyon Teni, Ma Chebajimato, and Suzuki Yichela Machela, Hakola Makola, and Sela Mazela, Mila Cheseg, Luxuko Yomaras. 60 Yomaras, Ra. Some Podu of General, 60 Yomaras.
So one of the most unique thing about Lama Tsongkhapa is that all the kind of extensive body of work that he has written, all of these writings are really based on his own personal experience and practice. So therefore, there's not even one word that he uttered without proper understanding and without kind of based on his experience and practice.
Jaranzu Dula Young in the Lamazungabagi photo, picture, Ra, Kobar the race. And this is Jeda, Dinan Pe Yabu Shuji Jerda, Kulaya, Chugu Namsung Gayores, Kula Chugu Namsung Gayoba, Song la Denusung Gayoba, Tulaya Labasung Ganding, Lama Dindijre Mado, Kajon Majon, Sawa Nin Mares.
So if you look at the portrait or the painting of Lama Tsongkhapa in front of you, you can find that his exalted body is adorned with three monastic robes, and his speech is adorned with the three scriptural collections, three Pitakas, and his enlightened mind is adorned with the practice of three higher trainings.
The Tizu Yomari, Chanzogita, Shirashir Genyo Yumaramado, Song Pod Chobgis, Song Pod Chobgi, Song P. Pod Relia, Shogdan, the Shibgel Nabjamasus, Tendijigita, and Pod Chobgis. And Dinangalaya, sick Kazuor, the Ra. Sick the Bumta Kashi Yungroda. Dinangalaya. Make 60 yomaras. Tenda maybe 60. Tig karten gorsana gyundingi chik tenda maybe song chik jan song mebadi. Teni dembi song jimado tenda maybe song chik jan song mebadi. Tagarang portugres.
So there are 18 volumes of works of Lama Tsongkhapa, and each volume has more than 400 to 500 pages, and of course there are many individual words which makes these pages, and then if you carefully kind of read and study this text, you will find that there is not even one single word that is kind of somehow meaningless. So all the 18 volumes are filled with meaningful kind of content. So which also suggests that Lama Tsongkhapa would never kind of utter meaningless words and write meaningless words.
These are the Pikani Temig Sikchiga Masonga, Karisomba di Tanta Dembi Sikjan Somba Digi, Karisongas di took some of the di Temegi Pig any something meva, Temeg Namdo Jig meva. Only Tanigi Ninjun chance Yanta Tavasum be any Yons Diding any two Gomba Shechin. Kanji Yas any Kunjogi any Kenzun Nisunda, Massumjana maybe 7 inches in Bogoyas over Dinti Jigbe any Tun Dachine, two Gomba Shigi Yobadi, any song for the Chobgil Dene, Portuguese. Dinti goes so good Casa song that took Tobi, any cushion to a body, cushion to a body, Gashagan Yatan Varastro. Tulaya Chamzedan. And it's just some Tomani Temado Goemena and dig Chulog Namgudi and Shishin Torajimado, Maron Ajda, Madebi Nij, Zawin Yon Sigmaras, Yomarist. The Meva in the Jinju Homazuya and Cheduchi on the Chirin to Joba Shishin Tur. Nandurumi, Nanju Denda de Donga Lams and Gami Trox King, Lama Kelea, Chatsi said, Tirwasra.
So as we mentioned earlier, you won't find any meaningless kind of word in the writings of in the entire body of writings of Lama Tsongkhapa, and the reason why he kind of do not wrote or say utter any meaningless word suggests that his mind is equally pure. He would always spend his time thinking and contemplating about renunciation, bodhicitta, correct view, and so on and so forth. And he would dedicate his entire time either contemplating about the exalted qualities of the Buddhas or contemplating about compassion towards motherly sentient beings. So we can understand this if we look at his 18 volumes of writing. And when his speech is pure and his underlying motivation is pure, then of course his kind of behavior or his kind of bodily actions, deeds are equally calm and pacified. Um, and therefore, his all body, speech, and mind is always kind of dedicated to virtuous deed and therefore very pure. And because of that, when his disciples wrote praise him, they say that I pay homage to the venerable Guru, whose external behavior is very calm and peaceful, and internally uh, you are adorned with the practice of two stages, two generations, and you also kind of complement practice of sutra and tantra. To you I pay homage. So this particular verse, this particular stanza and verse exactly captures the practice and enlightened deeds of Lama Tsongkhapa.
Any Lama Tsongkhapa Laminanju Jangundi Tandanganju that share the Gandel Hajavi Nangolaya, any Jango Lama Tsongkhapa Chimbu Kosong Tosumgi, any Tebachi on the Shijin Kyungon Javi Lodu Tos. Shijin Kyungon Javi, Shiji, any Shiji Tandan Yambi, any Kemba Toba maybe Kemba Young in the Sangir Modo Yomares. 상기리마도 요마 데자 시진 경건 자위 로르투 계산 나위 연결 렉시송스 깨와다 뎀비 도샤 지금 남주 영해지기 장관 너무 송가버 준비 송 간다지 거바이나 온네 잔이베 나위 겐디 kirgores 거바 짱급에 식 데브저 코람베 아니 냠차 쇼인 거라서라 아니 된다 고데부 아니 고zam마스 세멜레 펜부 다 한사야지 열어서라 계산 나위 연결 렉시송 잡베지 하면 제비고 로 치르년도 좁아 시신 도와진자 수 제와이나야 아니 직 대버 마기바 라마메바 딘디지 알았어 딘디지 통퇴 젬비 다 딘디기 아니 연된딩이 라마디 수 통바이나 수 퇴바이나 수 젬바이나 차문생이지 요 말했어 용세가 말했어 오늘 남주진 미진바이나 라마디 고소 투승기 연된 젬원디 아니 대버 라마메바 미징이 용세가 말했어 용거레스 송라다
Similarly, if you look at the Kandelhajama, the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa, there is one verse in praise of his enlightened body, speech, and mind, where the verse roughly could be roughly translated as your enlightened mind kind of comprehends the extent of phenomena as it is. So although this is a quality, exalted quality of the mind of Buddha, but here it is applied to the exalted quality of Lama Tsongkhapa's mind. And then the second line says, your enlightened speech is an ornament for the fortunate disciples, which suggests that all of his writings, all of his teachings are really kind of pleasing to listen to and pleasing to hear. So the first line says, your holy mind has the intelligence that understands the full extent of objects to be known, or the entire phenomena. And then the second line reads, your holy speech with its excellent explanation is an ornament for the ears of those of good fortune, fortunate disciples. So for such fortunate disciples, his writings are really kind of pleasing, and not only they carry such profound meaning, but even their kind of composition style is very perfect. And then the third line says, your holy body is radiantly beautiful with glory renowned. To you who are meaningful to see, hear, and remember, I prostrate. So when Lama Tsongkhapa's exalted mind and exalted speech is adorned with such excellent qualities, then these also kind of equally adorn, or rather beautify, his exalted figure, exalted body, enlightened body. And whenever a devotee perceives his body, or either hear about him, or even remember and contemplate about his exalted qualities, it is kind of so meaningful, or it is so kind of fortunate to do so. So this is the praise of Lama Tsongkhapa that we find in the Guru Yoga.
Tinza ta gyunzen dindil dem ni teni kuzi chigla ani tribu kongbang top dengi ani tsenshi shasa chigdi penchen losan chui gyanzen res. Mas penchen losan chui gyanzen di jamgon lama tsonga wajimbi lami nenjo pet ani sok tu song cheni ani del di shi zombi toni teni jik ani pigi da doya choni ani jik lamrim chendi chonsumda nga choni ani jik ngaram chemola soba dindi gipe ani lam nyamsu lembal deni seji luji la ya sangi kombotob dengi gewdi 가르송res kyön lama kyön yedam kyön kandro kyön chögyong des Then zonde chancho party kyomi suchile kyab tsugme kekonale ya kyab tsugins. Dedan pardo chimintaya tukji chagi songrochi songde 균zen dinril 된다. that karso da 대인 거라서 배점에 바피 nganga shushi 그 대인 거라서
And so Pentelos Chugi Jelsen is considered as a very highly realized master who attained enlightenment within the short span of one lifetime. And if we look at his life, his writings, he's dedicated his entire life practicing the different stages of Lamrim from the Sutra and also the other text stages or parts of Tantrayana written by Lama Tsongkhapa. So these are main practices of Penchelos Chogi Gyaltsen, and he wrote a kind of Guru Puja liturgy where he says that you are my guru, you are my protector, you are the Dhamma protector from now on until I attain enlightenment. I shall seek no other refuge than you. In this life, in intermediate life, Bardo, and all future life, hold me with your hook of compassion. Free me from the fears of samsara and nirvana. Grant all attainment. Be my constant companion and guard me from interferences.
da dindiji gogo danganzu dindiji gogo sra kansin danganzu jamgal mo zungo chimbi lami nenjo she gogo za gangi lami nenjo kyansa lama dig kusun tuksum gi ani yondin ji samatuna ani lami nenjo kyanya ge da shiza thar saris yo mara sra gang lami nenjo kyansa lama dig kusun tuksum gi yondin di ji rotak mayimba ranzo mayimba ngoyo netsu khandaji yome di 하지 고지네 아니 델라야 독도 메비 대바지요 바나 라미넨주 데레스 라미넨주 데레스로
So those who wish to practice the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa, it is really crucial for us to perfectly understand the exalted qualities, the qualities of the Guru's body, speech, and mind. And when we try to understand his exalted qualities, we must try to do so with unbiased mind and without any exaggeration, try to comprehend the qualities as they are. And with that understanding, if we could cultivate a firm, unwavering devotion and reverence, so that is the perfect Guru Yoga practice.
베나 단다링 안주 라미넨주 믹지마 다 님부 쪼들어서라 아니 믹지메 나노라야 전다 카르시어스디 아니 잠골 너무 중가 버침부디 야와르숨 곰비기 ngōyins lai tēni lāmi nēnchū kiāngdāñchī sōngyōrā. Gyāwa rīksum gōmbi kū ngō la ya sāngi dēngi kānsā chiki. Tēndī chī la ya yīmba la ya tē mēshini anī sōndib chīya dī tā tuandā nīmbu dī tērēntō asarwa. Tē yīmba inā gyāwa Tsongkhapa dī gyāwa rīksum gōmbi kū ngō la ya sāngi ya dī gyūdā kiānla tēni sāngi wa rē mā dō gyume keme jigi yawariksom gombi ku ngol ya sangi sig marwas ani gyugen karre sejorda gyugen karre ani chetang gi ani chanju gu sem gom ngenjong gom ani toni dobi tawa gomba samjigi ani chiji lujile yawariksom gombi ngol ya sangi tuwarsan sawanin tugmares ani Tsongkhapa yawariksom gombi ku ngol ya sangi ya bi nyeleng gyuda masumna gyutso de karres labaina tinganzu ngunzi chitu gores tingunzi chitu wana Gyāwa Tsongkhapa gi lami nenjo kyāngla ya tab debu shu chagata semla sugu shu chagres
So, as we practice the Guru Yoga through Mixima, the short version of Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa, and the main kind of meaning of this verse is that Lama Tsongkhapa himself attained enlightenment in the nature of the three Buddha families, and by understanding this, by visualizing this, we must supplicate accordingly. And when we say Lama Tsongkhapa attained enlightenment in the nature of three Buddha families, it didn't come about without any causes and conditions. There are corresponding causes and conditions for him to attain enlightenment and the nature of three Buddha families, and because simply practicing renunciation, bodhicitta, and correct view is not sufficient to attain enlightenment in the nature of three Buddha families. So therefore, it's really crucial to recognize what are the causes for him to attain that, and when we understand the significance of this, it will make our practice very easy, and our reverence and faith will also become stable.
Ta ding zo nang zo di rang zawe lama gyawar renda wa shonu lodre ya gyawar riksum gumbi ngung la ya möni ani lami nenjo kyangwa tela deni ani gyawar Tsongkhapa gyawar riksum gumbi ngung la ya sangi yores ta di rigba yores ta tela rigba yores ra nganzu gyunde namsha kanda jingba na ya gyudan debu din tumbaji gore mato mentun bigi gyujile deni mentun bi debuji yung sigiyo mares di yungaya mares ra tumbi gyujile deni di gyunde chungye gyunde rodang gyunde tim res ra tim res dinza ta gyawar Tsongkhapa losan chaba di gyawar riksam gombi ku ngong la ya tsechi luchi la ya sangye di gyawar Tsongkhapa gi rangi tsawe lama gyawar renda wa shanu lodro di gyawar riksam gombi ngong la ya ani sikchi ni ani sowa taba tela deni son deb tig peta ani kharso daji tan yokpo shoji namju kilometer gya drogo na kilometer nija gang rodhe sore soja dasra lami nenji tel deni sangi yores ti gyacha gya yor dasra ti ha ko gores.
So the reason why Lama Tsongkhapa attained enlightenment in the nature of three Buddha families um, is related with his practice. He perceived his own teacher, Master Gyawarendawa, his root guru, inseparable from the three Buddha families, and practiced accordingly. And that is the cause of him attaining enlightenment in the nature of three Buddha families. So we can understand this from the point of view of law of causality. So it's even from the perspective of law of causation, we can say that only concordant causes could produce concordant result. Concordant causes could not produce a discordant result. So therefore, since his practice, he practiced Guru Yoga by perceiving his own root guru, his teacher, inseparable or in the nature of three Buddha families. So therefore, when he attained enlightenment, he also attained kind of enlightenment in the nature of three Buddha families. So in fact, him being able to perceive his guru inseparable from three Buddha families has really kind of accelerated his practice, as if you usually travel kind of 100 kilometers per hour, then this practice accelerate his speed by almost accelerated by traveling 200 kilometers per hour, meaning this accelerated his practice by perceiving his teacher inseparable from the three Buddha families.
There's the Mambuji King Marvasra. And mixing with some of the Tangiba Tangi and Jangolam Tsongkhapa Song Re said that the Direta. Toma Yongdandi and Jeromoji, the Laminage Jawandi, Chimin Kimbi, Ombo Jambian, Semize de Chinchin Kanjin Kibi, Tsugi Rendawa, Jean Lord Shallow, so they said that any Jeromoji, Laminage Jayag, Tandanimodi, Kong Dison Yorasra. That did so cut Gurchin. Did so cut Gun, any Jeromoji, Laminage Jambanza, the never turn la, makes him son of the Jeromoji song said, Tichagores. Tichagores.
So many of you also know that the Mikzima, the short version Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa, is also kind of, said to be written by Lama Tsongkhapa himself, because the original stanza was in fact composed by Lama Tsongkhapa in praise, as a kind of practice offered to his own teacher. So the kind of line reads that the initial lines are same, but the final line is said to to Rendava, who is the ornament of among the scholars of the land of snows, I pay homage. So this is originally written by Lama Tsongkhapa himself as a prayer to his root guru, and when he offered that prayer, his root guru says, "Well, this prayer deserve kind of you deserve this praise," and then change the wording by saying that I prostrate to Lama Tsongkhapa, who is the ornament of among the scholars of land of snows.
That dream by not the Lamin and Jangi Mambudo, and the Lama Tsongkhapa Nanshingi, Tindiji, Machoya, the Karares, Love Chogra, Love Cigarette, the Tin Cigarettes. In a Jangolama Tsongkhapa Chimbu, Lam Labasung Yamlendi, Sutrum Gulabi Shiji, anything is the Sheriff Gulabi Gange and the Dipedi, any Carso, that you so Nanshin Drogorasra. Any Tobi Yonden Tamjigi Shima, Sutrum Gilabalaya, Jimmy Chongse Kermanyo, Dindi Chagorasra. So there is Sutrum Chanson Sanga, Sutrum number Sungi, Nieton Chamujang, Kermanyon Gengi, any Gelon Namda di. Then Jangola Mutsonga Chimbo Nanshin Peshe Majong Roach. Dindi Chagorasra. Did that Sutrum Gulabi Shiji? Anything in the big any Sheriff Glabala Soba and dig be soshing Tawalaya, Lamin Angel, didn't dig Sondrich on the Denta the Sama Girangi. Nanzatan Desan Kaza, Piggy Meshuk Punda search in the David Tonchegan, you got it, didn't Hashijin. Meshuk Punda Zoro, the Sur Chagwaras. Meshuk di Lam Labasung Yamle Soba. Sutrum Glabala, Timmy Jones, Maguba, Tangins and Gilabi, Samala, Yogutsam Mateva, Sheriff Gilabi, big, and Chingubi Nilu Yons over the bay, and it Tortuya. Or Dindiche, Lamin Angel, to so again on the Tene, Meshu Ponda Nashi in the bay, David Tonjetalaya, Sanji Shinlaya, Yungores, Tiungores, Tichongores.
So you might wonder, well, there are many different practitioners who practice Guru Yoga, but it's very seldom to find someone like Lama Tsongkhapa. So, what is the reason behind that? So, if you look at the life of Lama Tsongkhapa, we find that his practice of three higher training is impeccable. As part of his practice, the higher training in morality as the foundation, then he also perfected the practice of concentration and wisdom. He wholeheartedly kind of keep the morality precepts, guard them um, without any kind of, without any kind of mistake. So he's a very sincere kind of a fully ordained bhikshu whose practice of morality is impeccable, and based on the practice of morality as a foundation, then he built on the other practices of concentration and wisdom. So when the practitioner has a very solid, strong foundation of the morality, and then of course the um, two other uh, practices of concentration and wisdom, then when that is conjoined with Guru Yoga practice, then there is the only way forward is definitely complete enlightenment. For instance, these days, we launch rockets to travel in the space and even to the moon. So the practices are likened to the rocket, the vessel that we take. And when the vessel is perfect, we could definitely reach the moon or the destination. So therefore, it's really crucial to have a perfect vessel or the perfect practice of three higher trainings. And the vessel is perfect, then we can definitely reach the destination.
Terda ajang gitni chenlab chenbo titola ya sanglaj tangtna kawa sangbo ani mesina tenda demba chikta chiyora da chik gundu thamji charjendam bawyadi ani zu laminenjo la teni yongo go dosra laminenjo slawandi rangi tsayo lama kanta chile tengyo na ani tela ya ani teba maloba thamsik maloba ro pen ta ngando na tan jangwa lama tsongo ba chi jinju ri dot maybe ni be gola ya menda tsewa na ngan jangwa lama tsongo ba chimbola ya teba lo sigma res ro adir da lama kanta jil tengwa na su lama kanta jil tengwa na lama dela ya dot maybe teba jiya wa na sama yungres ani migi gawachi yungres pena tanda nganzo mamu thongda tanda lama yishida lama soborombuchini sheshu yo mara pena lama yishida wajin bana ta gomba nyangel deni ani ko komati ta lo shibju samasam rogora taro imbayna tanda pe lama yishigi kobar da dindi jiwondi mi mambu ge sawa nyini je manyo na pe kobar da dindi thongwa zam pe lama yishila semda nyebu ani gawachi dengi pe mambu do asra ti karil teni chongresana lama yishiti tu gyundenge lama tsungabigi lami nenju nyamsu lendenge gelong jire mada jemba kanya mares tel teni chongyores lama soborumbuji dindig zenti geba tiya gyawa tsungabigi lami nenju nyamsu lembal teni chongyores di nganzu shingo na di shimba yana pentogores sosularwa di shingores
So therefore, if we could reflect on the profundity and the sacred nature of Guru Yoga practice, it will also help us to make our life more meaningful, and whatever wish that we have will be kind of fulfilled with the perfect practice of Guru Yoga. And therefore it's really crucial to kind of have a very strong practice of Guru Yoga and make sure that our devotion, our samaya with the root Guru will not break. It's really crucial to not break the samaya and the devotion with your root Guru. For instance, I consider myself as the follower of Lama Tsongkhapa, and even if someone kind of points a gun at my head, I won't forsake him. So therefore, it's really crucial to have a very strong reverence and samaya with regard to what's on a guru, and that will also kind of welcome admiration from others as well. For instance, if you look at the life of Lama Yeshe and Lama Sobarambuche, Lama Yeshe passed away more than 40 years, and still when people kind of see his picture, even they have never met him in life, but even by seeing his picture, people admire him, people kind of respect him. So the reason why he received so much admiration and love from people is based on his practice of Guru Yoga. So he's simply a kind of Buddhist monk who practiced Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, and that contributed him to work so much for the Dharma in general. And similarly, if you look at the life of Lama Subramji, he's also a practitioner who focused his entire life practicing the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa. So therefore, it's really crucial for us to try to follow the same path.
The numbers of manja took you said your mother, Java country remember chief about payers. Chigly chick pe and in Yam Toba Tombo did payer, Java Gendu Trubani Chene. To some cardio, so the Javatunga be lamin angel, the pet lamgi soaked sonchini. Pebble then choyorest. The sea shows rest. Tanda Jabs song on Kedu Rumbuchin Subit, the pension country revision, the Tendig pay there. Javatunga be lamin angel, the soaked sonchini. Yamle Jan Pevanza. Tendig gave them some Jimajava, Pev to what was. Lockdown the pen cat, Jijeto and Kedu Rumuji, Namtan and Jijavan. Tendig Teva Yorata. Tsongkhapa said Tsongkhapa be ched and Lunga is so young so Lutan Tungi Gevjira. Kerumus and the Hajang Mipe and Rita Yonge, Kanga Yonge. The bed Jizun Jambi and with Tawaji Choyarasa. He meant didn't give the bed 2 youngs of the bed Trosa di Tsongkhapa Chaders. Tsongkhapa Kusun took some young then Chijon the bed Ramam of 2 Trojan, teach the Lunga is some country Lutan to go. Tindil Tenda and Sanam Tobata, ya Pep to go.
So, then if you look at the life of the all 14 successive Dalai Lamas, you would find that all of them are great masters who have attained high levels of realization. And the main practice of all kind of successive Dalai Lama is the Guru Yoga of Lama Tsongkhapa. And then similarly, all successive Panchen Lamas are also great practitioners. And then their main practice is also Guru Yoga. And particularly if you look at the life of Kheru Rinpoche, he has kind of very firm devotion and respect to Lama Tsongkhapa. And in fact, Kheru Rinpoche himself is a great scholar in his own capacity. He himself is a very great scholar, but regardless of his kind of status as an independent scholar, he has immense reverence and devotion to the exalted qualities of Lama Tsongkhapa. So therefore, through this we can also understand the significance of Guru Yoga practice.
The Nganzu, the Luchu Jonga Nishu Sumju, the Shivju Tugni, and it's in Yamlin Cheva in ya, Nganzu Julia, Tobaji Tugumandasra. The career is landing Nganzu Lamin Nanjo, Yamlin di Nangio Marista. Tap Joshi Nganzu Lamin Nanjo, Nangio Marista. Lamale, Tebasha Shigio Mare, Lami Tamsik Son Shingio Mare. Lama di ngon de kandrajile gomgu yemi shingyo tendile ta mashi mombi wangi ani tobaji tuguyo marasra tinza chi gyundingi pena chi tebloya imbayana ya chi lami nenjor tendi lami namtar tendi lok tubayana ani hongu jew tamba so shio ji nyamnyong ton lami nen namtar du us jeondi ani tebaji ichi du jeondi 아니 소조 소농 소조 비도지 에 가서지 난기 아니 남도도서 파시니 아니 셰르비아페 아니 추 닐루 칸드질이야 대바이나 람상 콘도 추투야 아니 또보 코는 펠트에 용거레스 산지 장성기 전로 임바이나야 라미넨주고 윤이 용거를 맞아 라미넨주고 윤이 마용야게 산지 장성기 전로 세지 싸우니 요 말아 봤어라
Yes. So, um, so as far as the ordinary practitioners are concerned, even if we engage in the practice for more than 10 to 15 years in the practice, but still it's very difficult for us to attain high levels of realization. So why we could not attain any realization regardless of our effort in the practice for such extended period? The reason behind that is that our practice of Guru Yoga is not perfect. So if you do not have a kind of strong Guru Yoga practice, if we do not know how to cultivate faith towards towards one's own master or guru, and then with sheer ignorance we are not able to perfect this practice, and because of that we are not able to attain any high levels of realization. So therefore it is really crucial for us to improve our practice of Guru Yoga by reading books about the biographies of masters. So the more we read about the life of such highly realized masters, our reverence and devotion will also increase over time. And with this, we accumulate a merit, and the more merit we accumulate, it will help us to kind of reduce and discard negative thoughts. And the more negative thoughts are removed, of course, it will help us to attain, we will progress our practice, progress over path. And not only that, the so-called receiving blessings from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So this could also will not occur without a proper practice of Guru Yoga.
먼저 두스 제나 하고도 그랬어라 간사 디귤이야 라미넨조기 냠네 야부여나 간사 디귤이야 산지기 롱도 그 템바 제고레스 롱바 델이야 라미넨조 꺄게 미망부여바나 롱바 델이야 아니 산지기 템바 제기요레스 두 스타드 ngar turup ta domba jeba kablaya teni jagardan teni bukama lashila sobalaya sanji temba shu geyorasra kab tudi laminenjo kandas kyangor but nganzu lola mashong be laminenjo kyang balteni chongyoresra tu chiso 아니 산지 템버디 뜻직 샤쇼네 베 롬바 카사칼라 타리어스로 이번에 벼 간지 종라야 산지 템버 타르바 난신지 동하 니기 템버 용수 저버 타르바 난신지 롬바 셴 타투요 마레스 디셴고 마레스 우유니스레스로 가르스나 벼 간지 종기 케버 쪽이 라미 낸조 짱마 난신지 셴벌요 마레스 될 때는 종어 세장레스 ngaransu tanda laminenjo ya kyangge yambayna nganzu kyula sanji gi londo temba jacha janda mo mugos lawan le yongres tiku chunyeres gi yonan debu yongres ra semanam dena la ya mansa me gi tel debu kan gi doba 6 ta chibu shuji song yoras ra
So, so therefore, the practice of Guru Yoga is really crucial. So, if the individual practitioner has a very strong practice of Guru Yoga, his or her realization will also increase without any interruption. If a particular country or a particular kind of place has many practitioners of Guru Yoga, that country will also prosper and see positivity. For instance, if you look back in the history, in the 7th and 8th century, around 7th, 8th century, Buddha Dhamma really flourished in India, and particularly areas and in the place of in the learning centers such as Vikramshila. Um, um, the practice of Guru Yoga is so profound that it's beyond our comprehension and thought. So because of such profound practice of Guru Yoga, they have really perfected and attained high levels of realization. And later, Buddha Dhamma flourished in Tibet. And although Buddha Dhamma spread in many countries, but in Tibet, both Sutra and Tantra spread, were flourished. And the reason why Buddha Dhamma spread in Tibet to such an extent is that the practitioners in Tibet, their practice of Guru Yoga is very strong. And because of having such a strong Guru Yoga practice, they also, the Buddha Dhamma also flourished accordingly. So these are kind of just, we can understand this from the perspective of causality. When the conducive causes are there, nothing can stop its fruit to arise. So therefore, in the Pramanavartika by Dhammakirti, valid cognition, where he says that when all necessary causes are assembled, nothing can stop its fruit to arise.
벤슨 지시바나 당한주 춘중 권의 자와치기 그랬어. 춘중 권의 자와지는 메시 자와치 세디 레라우요 말했어. 레라우요 말했어. 이메는야 망체지 메시 자와치 토야 디카레스나 게위신일 때는 게위신이도 타니부 진 대등인디 아니 메시 자와치 토고요 그랬어. 망체지 ngaran thonzur da teni pena tanda nganzu zambali nanglo la ya sanji gi chula ya lobjong chechin lobjong tarshin sagi teni cheshu di jig densa sum chago res densa sum la ya tenji gi lobnye pu tabu yungu yorasro tanda zambali nanglo la ya ji ani lama geshi sedeng ta geshi sedeng samalo phuni tyon gyura saji ku gyojidero 튕ging chansin gyo shurada teni tyon 대소 가르치는 대소 개비신이세 되기 쉬우지 쓰그라서라 뒤chen 개체스 뺀다 로직은 뺀다 로사도 로사 세버지기 쇼갱하고 남셀 마실라 야 라마다 취nhập 장마스 지 소소라야 고문가 마도 매바이나 디디 이거 장마지는 카다지킨 담보 개겐살을 dro그레스 개겐살을 줘 개겐들 차스는 제다 아니 디용그레스 담보디 로직난 고 담보 로사 세버지 디난게 쇼경아시 당시도 디치고레스 대비 캐란즈직 댄사선 직다데 쇼기 로사 세버지 쇼기 메간가 참가요스라 개겐살을 dro진 소소 개겐지가 dro진 딘디기 다지 아니 신이 된수도 여반자 수tum이난 탈신거리 로종이난 탈신거리 냠레이난 탈신거리 the Yamsen was yours, right?
So, as when we talk about the significance of Guru Yoga, one kind of example we could kind of mention is that, of course, people become monk at a very early age, very young age, and it's not easy to complete the practice, becoming a monk for the entire life. It's really difficult to continue. And those who could complete that were really, best if they remain close to their spiritual mentor. So the stronger your kind of, Guru Yoga practice, the more chances of you completing the monastic life. And similarly, the one of the most important learning centers is the three seats of learning. And all the great scholars that we see across the globe were really graduated from these learning centers from a very remote place, somewhere from a very remote place. So so the reason behind these great scholars are also a lot to do with their Guru Yoga practice. For instance, during the New Year, Tibetan New Year, the first thing that they do is, of course, freshen up. And then the first thing they do is to kind of visit their own respective teacher and make offerings and offer the kata. So the first thing they do during the Losar is to visit the teacher, which means the most important thing as a practitioner, as a disciple, is to show respect and reverence to one's teacher. So if you visit such a monastic institute during the Losar or the New Year, you would find everybody is busy visiting their own respective teachers. So this also indicates how much they cherish the guru and the practice. So therefore, if we have a very solid foundation of the Guru Yoga, then we could culminate our practice of morality. We could also, attain and progress in the path and practice.
Tadi the Nengaro de Kenedo de Manzo Haji Kovana, Teni Laminanger Gomdan Shingra, that did you? I think Gom Shibana, Tele Genzen Shuj, Tarwa, on the middle Shuja, the Genzen Shu Yungor, Tarwa.
So therefore, first, it's really crucial to understand the significance and the importance of Guru Yoga practice. And then it's equally important to understand how we kind of cultivate this practice.
Thank you so much. Go lunch.
Yes.
Chanchu Sancho Rinpoche Make Panam Kegyuchi Kepa Nyampa Me Payam Kone Gondu Pelwasho. Thank you. And the next session will be at 1:30 p.m. with Venerable Elsa. Thank you.